be weary. Them young girls, they do get wearied wearing that same old shaggy dress. Yeah. But when she gets weary, try a little tenderness. Yeah.
When I came in, the first thing I noticed was how slow the pace of life was. And at first it was kind of startling and uncomfortable, but after thinking about it and being in it and reflecting and having the chance to slow down and take care of myself and just breathe, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of time for self-care. We were in a very small, intimate house, which created an atmosphere for real family. And we all did our own thing during the day, but at night it was really nice to come back to a community that lived off of each other. And generally, Cleveland, Mississippi lives off of each other. And more than anything, they're so proud of their rich history and the South, but particularly Cleveland. They love their city and they love the people in it. And Mississippi is an amazing location. If I could have one recommendation for anyone, it would be to travel. Going to Alabama, going to New Orleans, some of us went to Nashville, going to Memphis, going up and down Mississippi, just everything about that experience, hearing the stories from our peers, seeing the monuments, going to civil rights museums, was experiences that you just can't replicate anywhere else in the country. So Mississippi's the best, have a lot of fun, yeah.
I'll say that you bond the most, and I didn't believe it at first, but it's definitely true. And the community here is very strong amongst the scholars, amongst even all the locals, but everyone's friendly, everyone wants to talk. Like even just driving up here, there were people just waving to us as we drove. We didn't know them. We were like, oh, hey. It's just very Mississippi. I love everything here except the bugs. I get bitten by mosquitoes every day. Like right now, I'm probably gonna come home, I'm gonna have big, disgusting bites all over my legs and make such a thing of it. It's okay, we can edit all this out. Just let me ramble. But yeah, bottom line is, I love these people.
I'm people.
Hello, incoming class of Robertson Scholars. We are here at the Sunflower County Freedom Project, which is stained by this mural right here. My name is Scott. We are here with...
I'm Rohan. I'm Ray.
Yeah, we're going to take you through a typical day at the Freedom Project.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's start.
Morning meeting, we talk about the LEAD principles, love, education, action, and discipline, which are kind of the tenets for this program. And we sing some freedom songs, which is like songs from the civil rights movement. And yeah, that's what we do to get started with our day. So after morning meeting, we go back in the classroom. Scott and I teach 9th grade first, then 7th grade, then 8th grade. They're about hour-long blocks. That usually takes up most of the morning, and then we go into lunchtime. Lunchtime?
Yeah, and so we have lunch kind of all over the building in the different classrooms, wherever students want to hang out. And then some students go outside to play on what we call the slab, to play basketball or hang out in the trees on the benches. And so that's our time. We get to play and interact with the students and have fun with them. And then after lunchtime, all the students kind of come back into the classrooms where they have different arts blocks. So we have 3 different options for students if they want to take arts classes. We have a step dance class, we have a drama acting class where at the end of the year they put on a play, and then we have a drawing and painting class where they have more visual arts. And so they have all of those options. And during arts block, while students are taking the arts classes, we don't actually teach those. So that's kind of our teacher time professional development, where we work with our full-time staff to go over how things went in our classes in the morning, get different techniques and strategies for how to improve and help our students the best way we can. So that's during the arts block. And then after arts block, students have study sessions. So that's the big time where they can get all of their homework done that we've assigned in the morning in their classes. So hopefully they don't have to do much at home. We all kind of monitor and facilitate those where students kind of have their own individual work time. And then after that, which is my favorite part of the day, we do fitness, where we have basically a PE class where we're running, playing games, stretching, running the mile every single Monday, and having a lot of fun pushing students to be physically fit. And then after fitness, we go back into the dojon for our final day, for our afternoon meeting, just like we do our morning meeting. We wrap up with some things about the lead principles, sing some freedom songs, sing the awesome SCFP chant with the students, and then send them off for the rest of the day.
Social grace is bow your head. Their pies here, but you and I, we're pioneers.
When I was working during my community summer, I was at a community center called St. Gabriel Mercy Center, established by the Catholic Church in Mount Bayou, Mississippi. We were actually under the direction of Miss Mavis Honorable, who acted as our mentor and also our boss during our time there. Rachel and I actually ran a summer camp for kids from 6 to 12, and we would do anything from science experiments like, usually baking soda volcanoes, all the way to playing horse during recess with them, taking them to the skating rink on field trips, or to the library, or basically, whatever it was we decided to do that day. Along with educational activities, a lot of the time these kids, their parents, go to work all day, and so they started coming to the center earlier and earlier all the time because they'd like to spend time, with us. We were older than them, but we weren't too much older, and obviously, there's some things that kids can do with quote unquote adult supervision that they can't do them by themselves. So they would kind of walk over to the center earlier and earlier every day until we'd walk in, and maybe an hour after our daily meeting, these kids would just be here for camp, and we'd take care of them. We'd have fun. We had the camp Monday through Thursday, and Fridays were kind of our planning days. Most of the time we would actually have half a day on Friday, and we'd be free to go home after shopping snacks for the kids. And what I would do during my free time, I actually got a chance to go work with some of the other organizations, and I would highly recommend that. I did a little bit of work with Brennan at the Delta Arts Alliance, and I did some stuff with the Myth at the BPAC, and I would highly recommend going to other locations. It really gave me more full portrait of the area we lived in, especially because Mount Bayou is a very different culture and a very different environment than the part of Cleveland we were living in. We were living across from the university. The people who lived there were different. The affluence, was obviously different, and I think it was just a really great experience. And I look forward to talking to whoever does it next year.
And it's beautiful, very hot. We're enjoying the scenery, having a chill day. So this summer I'm working at St. Gabriel's Mercy Center in Mount Bayou, running a summer youth program for children aged 6 to 12. It's a lot more relaxed than the Sunflower program because we create our own curriculum, and it is less academic focused. We want the children to learn, but it has to be through fun activities, it has to be engaging. It's a much more relaxed program. It's really what you make of it. The more you put in, the more you'll get out of it. And the more interactive and fun you make it, the more the kids love it. And they're very, very sweet children who you will grow to love. They just want to have fun the whole summer. You're their main source of entertainment. They'll come to the camp hours early. They'll stay after the camp hours late. And you won't even mind after a while because they'll just bring the atmosphere and bring the fun, even though it's tiring. And some days I'm just dead at the end of the day, but it's definitely worth it.
I'd rather be a wild one instead. Don't wanna hang around the in crowd, the cool kids.
My name is Trey Walk, and this summer I was at the Delta Center for Culture and Learning with Kira. And so a lot of what our job was, we were documentarians, so we were taking photos, doing video work, design work, to create portfolios and videos for the Delta Center. They have civil rights history and blues history workshops for teachers from around the country. During the summer, they come to the Delta to learn about these really important moments in American history. And so we get to travel around. We learned a lot. We learned lots of technical skills that we didn't have this summer, and we just learned a ton about the place and the history and the people there. So it was definitely a really incredible internship, and I highly recommend it.